Good day, everybody. Welcome back to It's a Small Vlog, coming to you from the outside of the Magic Kingdom. About to go in. This is going to be another construction vlog. I think the fireworks just went off for the castle show. I'm not sure if you heard that. But this is going to be another construction vlog, just like my most recent one over at Epcot. We're going to be discussing all the construction going on here at the Magic Kingdom with Tron. Even a Splash Mountain update, which I haven't done for you guys either. We even have some updates to the PeopleMover itself. I was going to go on that anyway to get some footage of Tron for you guys. It's just going to be quick construction roundup here in July, summer, and that's the boat. I don't know if you heard that, but without further ado, let's head into the Magic Kingdom. First up, already heading into the Magic Kingdom, I'm here on Main Street, and you can definitely tell that the summer crowds are here. The summer crowds have arrived. Granted, it is about mid to late July at the time of filming this, and summer's the time where, a lot of people who I make these videos for aren't normally here. So, it's really, really cool. It's definitely the most crowds and the most heat. But honestly, coming in the summer is still pretty fun. I would say it's probably my least favorite season to come just because I'm a local. I prefer to come in like the winter months, like January, February, where there's less crowds and it's much, much cooler. That's just my prerogative, but still a lot of fun to come here in the summer. First up, starting here in Storybook Circus by the Barnstormer, you may notice this big array of planters right here, and you might be wondering what exactly they are doing here. Well, as Disney finishes installing the final pieces of track for the railroad, they have set up these planters right here so it will block off the construction site from the guest's view. And as you can see, there are a few areas where you can catch a glimpse at some of the progress they've made, which for all intents and purposes of footage that I can collect when I'm making construction update videos like these is actually a good thing. Now, I'm sure many of you are pondering over when exactly is the Walt Disney World Railroad going to finally reopen. And the simple answer to that is that it's really anybody's guess. If all we're currently waiting on is the final pieces of track being installed, as well as the new tunnel that the train will travel through, so that way the two different themes of Tron and the railroad don't clash with one another, then we could very well see the railroad up and running once again by the end of this year. It also depends on when we'll start to see some test runs of the railroad circling the perimeter of the Magic Kingdom, as well as cast member training, but everything else is still really up in the air. Now, if you guys remember the old walkway that used to be here connecting the back portion of the Fantasyland area to Tomorrowland behind Space Mountain roughly, that walkway is coming back. It is coming back once Tron opens. I think they're doing some construction on it. They're rerouting it just a little bit. And in speaking of Tron and Tomorrowland, let's head on over to the PeopleMover to get a new vantage point of some of the Tron construction progress. Taking another look at Tron from the PeopleMover, you can definitely see that they've made quite a bit of progress here, especially in the center area where all the concrete is going. These walls off to the left will be for the walkway that I mentioned earlier, connecting Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, which I think will also include some sort of light fixtures that will illuminate the path in the evening. Even the flyover walkway that guests will use to enter the attraction dome has come a long way as well, despite it not receiving any proper theming yet. And then, of course, you have the tunnel poking out from under this elevated walkway from the Walt Disney World Railroad, which will probably be receiving some theming on the inside as well. The tunnel is also one of the final places that still has no railroad tracks yet inside. Some even bigger news with Tron is that they have started doing full launch testing for the ride vehicles on the coaster track intermittently throughout the day, which is really cool. And then most notably at night, Disney has been testing the lights that illuminate the Tron canopy. I've seen some photos of it online. It just looks absolutely incredible. Even though it's not finished yet, it completely changes the overall atmosphere and vibe of Tomorrowland, and I absolutely love it. So the million-dollar question that everyone has been wondering is, when will we be able to ride Tron? Just as I said with the railroad, it's really anybody's guess. But personally, I'm still pushing for this year. If it does happen this year in 2022, it's going to be late. Like, I'm talking probably December. If it's not, then it will most definitely be in early 2023, probably around January or something like that. But quite honestly, Disney could most likely open this attraction within the next 6 months. I really think so. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney announces an opening time frame or even a confirmed date for Tron at this upcoming D23 Expo in September, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And that's the other thing. I think a lot of people underestimate the rate of progress that's been going on with Tron this past year. They have really picked up speed. Last year, it was really slow. Like, construction pretty much came to a halt last year, and in 2020, of course. But this past, really the first half of this year, we're in July already, the rate of progress has just been super quick. They've made so much progress. I really think so. I honestly think we're probably closer to getting some more theming here at Tron, possibly even some landscaping as well. But so many exciting things going on here at Tron. I'm so excited for this ride. It's going to be an amazing addition, not only to Magic Kingdom, Tomorrowland. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for it. I think Magic Kingdom needs this attraction. Really awesome. Staying within the Tomorrowland area, I just got off the PeopleMover, which has actually recently been updated. Not a huge update, but a very noticeable one nonetheless. Disney has completely updated the audio for the PeopleMover, featuring a brand new narrator called Aurak 5. Now, this is something really special, actually, because Aurak 5 is a reference to the old narrator on the PeopleMover called Aurak 1, who was in place from 1985 to 1994, until they replaced him with the most recent narration for the 1994 Tomorrowland overhaul. This new narration also includes Tron as part of its spiel, which I'll play for you guys right now.
This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the PeopleMover, presented by Enterprise. I'm Aurak 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky, the absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see? From spacecraft to monster labs, there's really nothing like today in Tomorrowland. First up, Progress City, Walt Disney's amazing dream for a community of tomorrow. Did you know Progress City inspired Epcot? And a lot of the visionary ideas throughout Walt Disney World. Look, there's even a tiny PeopleMover.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Light Cycle Run.
I love a good circuit, and these are two of the best tracks of the cosmos for a bit of light, speedy competition.
Paging Mr. Morrow. Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon. Thank you.
And finally, shifting gears over here in Frontierland, we have some news that I don't think I've ever actually covered here on this channel yet. As many of you know, I'm sure 2 years ago, Disney announced that Splash Mountain would be rethemed to The Princess and the Frog, both here at Disney World and even out in California at Disneyland. And for the past 2 years, Disney has been eerily quiet on this attraction, having pretty much released only 2 pieces of concept art for it. But now, just a few weeks ago, Disney has unveiled that the name for this retheme is going to be called Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And I don't know. I'm quite honestly not a fan. I don't know. I think the name is just kind of bland in general. And I don't know about you, but I will still be calling it Splash Mountain no matter what the name of it is. You know, one Splash Mountain, always Splash Mountain, you know? Now, quite honestly, until a few weeks ago, I was pretty doubtful that this retheme was even happening based on how quiet Disney has been about it. But apparently it's still happening. If it's not apparent on how I feel about this reimagining of what I would call a classic Disney attraction and a park staple for the past 30 years, I'm not a fan. I'm really not. Ever since they announced that they would be doing this 2 years ago, I wasn't really happy about it. And at this point, it's not really to say that I'm completely against this retheme, because I think this is actually going to work really well out in Disneyland, because there's Splash Mountain out there. When I was there, it's right next to New Orleans Square. And where does Princess and the Frog take place? New Orleans. So they could literally just extend the borders of that land, and it's going to fit, I think, really well. Unfortunately, we don't have that grace here. I just don't see how they are going to fit this new retheme in Frontierland, a land that's based on, you know, the American spirit of pioneering and westward expansion. And, you know, it's right next to Big Thunder Mountain, which is themed after, you know, the landscape and the terrain of places like Monument Valley, you know, in the western area of America. I just don't see how that they're going to fit a Bayou New Orleans themed ride here. I don't know. I'm not seeing the connection. I don't really know how that's going to stay within the theme of Frontierland. I'm sure that they'll think of something, but I think it would have been best to give Tiana her own original attraction elsewhere than retheme an already existing thrill ride with a 50-foot plunge that some little kids may not even want to go on. I don't know, but anyways, that's just my prerogative, but let me know what you think about this retheme in the comments below. Now, in terms of when we'll actually see Splash Mountain close for good, I'm not entirely sure. It could very well be late this year or perhaps early next year. My theory is that whenever Tron opens, which will most likely be in December or January, that's when this ride will probably end up closing, especially considering that the colder winter months are when Splash Mountain normally shuts down anyway for annual maintenance. With Tron being open, Disney will have an extra ride on the completely opposite end of the park to eat some people up, while this ride receives its reimagining, which is slated to be completed by late 2024. So that's a little less than 2 years of downtime for this attraction. I just hope that if Disney really follows through with this retheme, they do it right. You know, hopefully a decent budget will be there and cost cuts won't be too apparent, so they can really make this attraction great. Apparently, even Tony Baxter, the head Imagineer of Splash Mountain, is coming out of retirement to help work on this project, which is a good thing. I have my doubts and concerns, but I think Disney will hopefully be able to pull it off just fine while maintaining thematic integrity here in Frontierland. I don't even know if you guys noticed, but another thing that I literally just noticed is the painting on each side of Splash Mountain. I don't know if Imagineering has been testing out the painting, but if you look very closely, the left-hand side of the mountain is the grass is a much brighter green. The clay is a much brighter orange or kind of peach color. It looks more like a bayou, where if you look at the right side of the mountain, it still retains that old color. The grass is a little bit darker. It looks more of like a Georgia red clay, which is, where Splash Mountain is kind of inspired from. So I don't know if, I guess you could almost say that the retheme has almost begun already. I just noticed this. I don't know if this is maybe a refurbishment for Splash Mountain itself, or if they're just testing out the painting here. I really don't know, but I thought that was an interesting observation. But anyway, everybody, that's gonna wrap up this video here at Splash Mountain with Brer Rabbit right behind me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, let me know in the comments below when you think Tron's gonna open up and how you feel about the Splash Mountain retheme. I'll be sure to do some more construction vlogs like these. And with all that out of the way, my name is Bobby. Have a magical day, everybody. Bye.